Hi, my name is Daniel Presses, and this is the Visual Shader Effects Individual Assignment for the Game Engines Design and Implementation course. Let's get started. Alright, so here in play mode we can start clicking around. We have a few particle effects that are happening. I'm just making a projectile, and whenever the projectile hits a wall or the floor, a portal gets spawned. When you shoot, it has a muzzle flash, and the bullet has the trail as well. Very simple stuff. Okay. If we take a look at how we made that, we have a hit flash, we have a muzzle flash, we have the portal, and we have the projectile as different prefabs. We have a graph for the portal effect, and we have a visual effects graph for the muzzle flash that comes out of the character's fire point. The player itself has some very simple scripts to spawn projectiles and to rotate around to the mouse. The gun itself is a cube, and then the fire point where all the projectiles spawn, and then this just holds all the projectiles and the visual effects in one place. Taking a look at the graph, it starts out simply with just a time node and a speed node that get multiplied together into the twirl node. Right now you can't see anything here, but that's what basically gives it the swirly effect. We give it the strength through a parameter. We pass it through the Voronoi noise filter with a scale parameter, and we can control that with the dissolve amount. The higher this is, the thinner the lines tend to be. We can also give it a mask. So in the default material, I'm just giving it a default particle mask, but you can give this any mask you like and make it take up more of the quad or less of the quad, or certain parts of the quad in the corners and such. Okay. We multiply the values from the mask and the Voronoi noise to get a black and white image, like this. And then that gets multiplied out into different colors that you can set through the properties, as well as the color intensity. And then we just remap whatever is here from the lowest value to the highest value to 0 to 1, just to make sure it's visible. And we send that to the material. And if I spawn a portal here, you can see it right there. It also has some extra particles that have nothing to do with the shader graph, but it is there. Some particles there, a dark beam behind it, but the actual quad itself with the material is what has the portal effect. As for the muzzle flash, we start out with a simple spawn, and then there's no update to be seen. Just initialize the particle with very short lifetimes, and then we have this muzzle planes mesh, and this that gets instantiated twice, so you can see it from every 3D angle. Okay, color dictated by the muzzle flash color out here, as well as a muzzle cone, which has different parameters, but it just shows the same texture inside of a cone 2 to 5 times. Gets decided by this random number here. You can look around here. Okay, so if we play it slowly, okay, let me just pause it here, so you can see it looks like there's only 2 planes, but there's 4 planes. There's one that's facing up, one that's facing down, facing to the left, and facing to the right, as well as the cone back here that has the texture 5 times in this instance. And all that makes the muzzle flash. And if we set it back to 100 and play it, that's what the muzzle flash looks like. It does have a little bit of variation in its length, and its color, and its size, but it's mostly the same effect. Okay, thank you for listening. This was the Visual Shader Effects Individual Assignment. Have a good night.